Actually, I am going 6-0 in the division because the rest of the division sucks.
This is the best division in football, Tori. Take that step back. We are seeing the true quarterback that he really is, which he is not a very good quarterback.
Welcome to the Man Now, where we taking over. It's time to give you them facts. Won't miss a game or two, cause we here for you and we reporting all of them stats. We coming to you live to keep you updated. Broadcast across the country, we the fan favorites. Break the volume to the max and don't nobody touch it. We cross the topics off the list, addressing every subject. So if you ain't got a clue, then you can tune in and give it 24 hours and we back again. Breaking news, new scoops, we the top dogs. From the fields to the courts, we report it all. Buzzer beat us through your speakers, we the ones to call. Trust us for the news if it's got a ball. Giving you the top stories cause we love the turf. Tell a friend to tune in and where you heard it first. Yeah, you're listening to the Man Now. We taking over, it's time to give you them stats. Yeah, you listen to the Man Now. Miss a game or two cause we reporting all of them facts. Yeah, you listen to the Man Now. We taking over, it's time to give you them facts. Turn the speakers up a little loud. Miss a game or two cause we reporting all of them stats. Because you listen to the Man Hour.
And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckhouse here with the Man Hour. Head over to manhourradio.com and check out the merchandise page. Use promo code SUNSET. It'll save you 10% over there at checkout. So manhourradio.com, promo code SUNSET. So get over there right now and get you some new merch. I got some merch on right here. The alternate Man Hour logo with the crown and the MH. I think that's my favorite, to be honest with you. But tonight's episode, guys, is brought to you by pick'emwars.com. Link is in the description. You can pick games for free and win real money over there at pick'emwars.com. That's pickemwars.com. Pick'emwars.com. And just click the link in the description. It'll take you right there, and we'll get credit for that, for you sitting over there, and that's how, we get paid in the end. So big shout out to Pick'em Wars and David and all the crew over there at pickemwars.com. Speaking of crew, we do have a crew tonight, and I do welcome Tori Anderson on the show at manhour_Tori on the old Twitter machine. Tori, what is going on, brother?
You talking to me?
I am talking to you, good man.
What is going on, Man Hour? What is going on, Mr. Buckheister? Happy to be here. It's a beautiful Thursday. It is Thirsty Thursday.
Thirsty.
Except,
cheers.
Except I don't have any water. So.
Yep. So I on Thursday I get out of football practice early, about 4 o'clock. I mowed grass for 2 hours and I drank about 8 beers. And I did pick up some trees. I drink about 8 beers. So I'm at least 12 beers in, if my math is correct. 12 plus 12 is 8, right? I don't know. But nonetheless, guys, we do have a lot of sports talk happening. We do some people here in the chat. We see Joey in the chat. What's going on, Joey? Congratulations on going to your first Packers game. I also experienced my game as well. A lot of fun. It's a great experience. Thank you for Tori for the opportunity. And my wife really enjoyed it as well. Big shout out to Drew. What's going on, Drew, as well? Guys, Drew, do you see that little member or that little thingy by Drew's name there? He is a member. You can head over to youtube.com/manhour and click on the join button. You become a member. And if you become a $5.99 member or higher, you get a free trip to Vegas. You don't get a free trip. You get entered into a free trip to Vegas during the NFL draft in April 2022. But Tori, we do have a lot of sports to talk tonight. Week 3 of the NFL is starting here. I think right now is when the kickoff is, to be honest. I have it in the background, so during the break, I'll check it out and see what is going on. But we have to flash back to week 2 a little bit here. Your man, Mr. Green Bay Packer himself, Aaron freaking Rodgers, has basically had it up to here with the media. He says he's had enough of people questioning his commitment to the team, his health, his age, his lack of commitment to the team, etc. Tori, does Aaron Rodgers have a point of firing back and just tired of people questioning his abilities?
Aaron's master level troll. We've talked about this time and time again. He will just throw random things out there. It probably doesn't mean a word of it that he says. Like, he's just like, whatever.
So you're trying to say he's pointing at Michael Jordan?
Could be. Like, he just throws things out there to see how far it goes and it gets run. Like, I wish I had that kind of troll game that he does to just, because like there again, the composure of the guy is just amazing when he does go into troll mode.
Yeah. So Drew says that Aaron started it. So Drew, how did Aaron start it by not answering any questions during the offseason, like, toward the media? Like, he was completely silent. I mean, he like maybe dabbled a little bit of sprinkle here saying I'm not unhappy, or like he wasn't happy, like he wants to be traded, but that's about all he said. And I don't even know if he really said that. It was kind of all like hearsay though, like the whole time, to be honest. But Aaron, we do have a right to question Aaron Rodgers' commitment, because, you know, he was so quiet during the offseason. He was this, you know, he was very lackadaisical per se in the whole aspect of the offseason and training camp and etc. So now it was obviously directed toward a particular person that he has left nameless. Many people have speculated who it is. Tori, do you want to speculate who it is?
It was me.
It was you?
I am part owner, so you know. It's
I don't
me.
think it was an owner. It was an ex-teammate, if I'm not mistaken. That's kind of what it sounded like.
Which one? Like, you have so many. Like, you have Jermichael Finley that will just say whatever. And the thing is, like I said, I really like J. Mike. I've met him before. He's a super nice guy. But it seems like there's anytime that there's anything Aaron Rodgers related, he will go and spout whatever it is to get his name in the headline. Like, he goes all Stephen A. Smith. I mean, Greg Jennings is like, I love Aaron. I hate Aaron. I love Aaron. I hate Aaron. I love Aaron. I hate. Like, he's so back and forth. It's not even funny. You know, he'll be like, oh, I was just trying to report. I wasn't trying to start. I love Aaron. Like, he waffles worse than Wyatt when it comes to Aaron. So it's, I don't know. I think it's more, you know, him just be master level troll with everything. Like, I really think he could give two craps what anybody thinks about him.
Yeah, and which honestly, as a professional athlete, that's kind of the way you got to think things, is like, don't care about anything whatsoever. As I think Rivers pound on the doors and let me in or something. I don't know. but Drew says he should know what he was doing when he pulled what he did this summer. So Drew, what exactly did Aaron Rodgers do, quote, wrong this summer?
Right.
He did absolutely nothing. He wasn't out in his driveway doing sit-ups with like the hundreds of media people there. He wasn't out there screaming, I want $100 million. Like, everything was behind closed doors. Like, what did he do wrong? Tori, can you think of anything that he did wrong?
Everybody, like, people like that are clamoring because he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
It's his right to not say anything. And there again, if he feels it's an internal matter, it's an internal matter. He does not have to tell us what's going on. He's under no obligation to tell us what's going on.
Right.
All he did was post pictures on Instagram about his vacation. Like, you know, and he didn't show up for off-season workouts. Yeah, it's the first time in his career. What did he do? He gave up $500,000 for that. $500,000 to him is like, you know, $5 to us.
Right.
You know, it's not going to hurt a lot.
When
you make $37.5 million a year. And that's just your contract. That's without your endorsement.
Right. And he does have a lot of discount double check and like endorsements.
I would love to see what that check looks like.
It's probably more than what he makes in the regular season. Let's just be honest. Jameson says that Aaron Rodgers is just a big crybaby. How is he a crybaby? Because he is defending himself. Like, so first things first, I'm not a Packers fan. You can see the flag flying all you want, but I got the arrowhead on my head all the time.
What happened to the cheese head?
River has it on actually right now, running around the house. He thinks it's hilarious. And he's like, cheese. But back to the top. How is he a crybaby? Like, are you saying he's a crybaby because he defended himself? So, Jameson, like, if I were to attack your manhood saying that you aren't committed to your job, you aren't committed to waking up at 6 o'clock every morning to go to your work, like, are you going to get pissed off and like fire back? Hell yeah. Like, I see that as Aaron Rodgers being a human, being a real person. Tori, what are your thoughts on that?
People get mad because he says a lot without saying a ton. And people get mad at that because then he will leave it open. He leaves it open to interpretation. Right. And that's where he doesn't care. Interpret it whatever way you want. And that's why I call him the master level troll when it comes to that stuff. Because he does not care. He will leave it open-ended. He will leave you guessing and give you just enough to where you're like, well, what does that mean? What did you mean when he said that? What do you mean?
Yeah.
You need to tell us. and then he won't say anything for the next 6 months.
Yeah. So really what you're saying is you are upset, Jameson, because Aaron Rodgers defended himself. He defended his manhood. He defended his ego. Is that kind of what I'm getting out of that? And and Drew, you said Aaron started it. How did he start it by not showing up to camp? Like, did he start it by enjoying his life, going on vacation with his fiance? Did he start it by go ahead.
Did he start it by drafting Jordan Love?
Oh yeah, that's a great point,
And,
Tori.
and being told, shut up and do your job, you're the quarterback?
Right. Hey, who said that? Was it the media that said that? Or
That was Gutekunst. That was the GM.
Oh, okay.
That was the GM and Mark Murphy that basically told him, shut up, you're the quarterback. And well, technically he did shut up and he is the quarterback and he won another MVP. So
Yeah.
didn't he technically do what they told him to do?
Yeah, and he did shut up by not talking. Like, he could have easily sold millions of dollars worth of like interviews, right, with ESPN and everybody else, but he didn't. So, but anyways, back to the football side of things now. Packers, after the win on Monday night over the Detroit Lions, scored 21 points in the second half unanswered. The Packers are now 52% chance to win the NFC North. Tori, are they going to win the NFC North?
Yeah, who else is going to win it?
The Lions?
No, they're not. Come on now.
They have a 6% chance of winning the NFC, going to the Super Bowl. Are they the best team in the NFC?
No, not right now. God, no. Have you seen Arizona play?
Have you seen the Bucks play? Have you seen the Rams play? Have you seen the Cowboys
right.
play? Yeah.
They're good. Well, I wouldn't put the Cowboys above them. But the thing is,
head,
it's a
I
really
think
good
Cowboys.
It's a good test for them against San Francisco this weekend. Like, that is going to be a great game. And I'm really looking forward to it. And I am actually probably going to take the Niners in that game.
Yeah, we will be breaking down that game here, hour number 2 on the Man Hour. So don't get too carried away. But the Packers do not travel well to San Francisco for whatever reason. I don't know if they cross that East Coast time. Well, you guys are in Central. Like, if they cross
We're
that
Central.
like
we're in American time.
Yeah,
not that European time zone you guys are in.
If they cross that Mountain Time zone and they forget how to play ball, like, I don't know. But another team
I think
it's
the Rocky Mountains. It's once they cross the Rockies, they forget how to play football because it's that whole West Coast.
Yeah, but they play well in Arizona. And is in Arizona past the Rockies?
No.
Hey, Arizona's past the Rockies. You got to go past. You got to go over the Rockies to get to Arizona.
Are you sure?
That's math,
I don't think
bitch.
so.
No.
You better check your geography, buddy.
Right here. Like, seriously, I got a map right here. So yeah, New Mexico is right below Colorado, which the Grand Canyon is part of the Rocky Mountains, in which Grand Canyon is in Arizona. So you got to cross the Rocky Mountains to get to Arizona, Tori.
Well, that's because it's all retired people and it's like Lambeau Field Southwest.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. So you were saying that there is nobody in the North that compete with the Green Bay Packers, but you are overlooking the Chicago Bears right now, Mr. Torrey Anderson. Justin Fields is starting this Sunday for his first career start. However, Matt Nagy says Andy Dalton is a starter when healthy. Are you buying anything that's coming out of that two-faced little boy over there? Watch my words.
Yes, because it's Matt Nagy. And 2, a light shines on the dog's ass every once in a while. So he is right every once in a while. And there again, when Andy does come back, he should be the starter. He's the perfect quarterback for him to learn behind. He learns how to go through his progressions. He learns his reads. He learns how to not throw interceptions. He learns how to, not get your head knocked off as well, too. Like, to quote the replacements, you need to run around.
Yeah, you try running. So with that being said, you can say what you want. I mean, the head coach can say what he wants, but at the end of the day, performance on the field doesn't lie. Let's say, for example, Justin Fields goes out there and throws 275, 2 touchdowns, and the Bears thump the Browns this week in Cleveland, I might add. Let's just say that happens. Does Andy Dalton's injury last another week?
No.
No, so you're saying no matter what, Andy Dalton's back next week as a starter.
If he's healthy, I think they do. I think I give him credit. He's not a great head coach, but he's playing it smart.
So I feel like the reason why Matt Nagy is so adamant of sitting Justin Fields is because he was the quarterback coach or some type of offense assistant in Kansas City when Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes was there. And he saw the success that Patrick Mahomes is now having. Do you think legitimately that Justin Fields can have that kind of success that Patrick Mahomes seen his first 3 years as a starter in the NFL?
Absolutely, I do. I really, really do. I think Justin Fields, if he goes through this and it all goes right for him, he is going to be a superstar in this league, which pains me to say as a Packer fan about any Bear, but he's a good quarterback. Big thing for him is getting up to that game speed.
Yeah.
He even though he said this game's kind of slow. Well, it's kind of easy to say that when they're all playing at 25% speed,
Exactly.
and it's like, it's preseason. I'm just trying not to get hurt. It's a whole different ball game now, as we saw last week when you go 6 of 13 and with an interception, and now the defenses are flying around and mixing up their looks on you instead of showing you a straight vanilla defense. But I think, yeah, absolutely, Justin Fields will be maybe not quite Patrick Mahomes, but he could be maybe like a lot like a Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree of what you're saying, and to an extent, I see that some comments here in the like Wayne G for example, he says benching rookies is not a successful formula for 100% of the quarterbacks. Max should start right away. Fields shouldn't. Which that's exactly what we're saying is sit Justin Fields for a year. But on the flip side of that coin, guys, Matt Nagy is fighting for his job. If Matt Nagy goes 3-15, or is it 15?
3-14.
3-14. The odd and even numbers are kind of messing me up right now. Still to this day. So if they go 3-14, Matt Nagy's gone. Hell, if they're 3-9 going into week 14, I think he's fired then. So
why would you fire a coach that late in the season at that point?
Just to prove a point and build a culture for the next year? I don't know.
Yeah, but any coach you're going to bring on, chances are, is going to be playing in the playoffs, because you're probably going to be looking at somebody that's in the playoffs.
Right.
So that's why I don't get like those late season firings. Like, oh, they're getting a head start on the coaching. How the hell are you getting a head coach? Like, are you looking at college coaches maybe?
Well,
if that's the case, yeah, I can see that then if you're looking at a college coach.
Right.
But is that college coach going to come in and finish out the season? No.
Yeah, so Wayne G says in Chicago, neither core quarterback is better right now. Matt Nagy's faith is sealed already. Tori, do you think that Matt Nagy is gone at the end of the season no matter how well he does? He can win a Super Bowl, he's still gone?
No. A Super Bowl is an automatic another 3 to 4 years as a coach. I mean, look at Doug Peterson.
Right.
No. He didn't do anything really after the year after they won the Super Bowl. They were average to terrible. Like every year just kept progressing worse and worse and worse, where they're like, oh, we hit our window. Guess we're terrible.
Yes, we guess
so we're terrible. Making the playoffs is going to buy you maybe a year, maybe two. And to quote Brandon, they were in the playoffs last year, so technically shouldn't that buy him a?
Well, they were in the playoffs the last 2 years, right? And they still got rid of Mitchell Trubisky. Two of the last 3 years. Yeah, I mean, like,
yeah, 2 of the last 3 they were.
Yeah, but they still got rid of their starting quarterback. So,
right. I don't know, it's a fickle thing when it comes to the NFL, because you got other coaches like Rex Ryan that made 4 straight AFC title games that just couldn't get over the hump.
Right. Well, just like Wayne,
Buddy Ryan,
Jimmy Johnson was fired after back-to-back Super Bowl wins. So
absolutely,
but
that's
Jerry
because
Jones' ego there.
I was going to say that was Jerry Jones getting a little jealous of Jimmy, getting a little too big for his britches in his eyes, and saying,
right,
no, he's becoming too powerful. Let's get rid of him.
I need some more light on me. Speaking of light on me, Antonio Brown has been placed on the COVID list for this weekend's game for when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to Los Angeles. That was weird.
Is that a ghost?
That's Gunner, I think. So how big a loss is Antonio Brown for the Bucs this week traveling to LA?
None at all. You have Mike Evans. Actually, is Mike Evans playing this week?
The last I heard, he was questionable still. So I don't know if
But
he's
still,
yeah.
you still have Chris Godwin, you still have Rob Gronkowski. I mean, pretty much their whole tight end room. Gronkowski, Cameron Brate, OJ Howard. You know,
Scotty
they've got
Miller.
more. They got Scotty Miller. Yeah, like they just replenish and replace is all they do. And so I don't think AB, even if Mike Evans doesn't play, I don't think AB's that big of a loss for them. You know, they'll go the Belichick offense and probably run a lot of 2 tight ends, keep that formation a little bit tighter, protect Tom, and then dump it off to like there again. You have 3 starting caliber tight ends on your team. That's just ridiculous that they haven't traded one or cut one yet.
Right. And to quote a famous man here, this is a Tom Brady offense now, so he will make it work no matter who is on the field. I don't know who said that. It just came to my mind. I thought maybe quoting a famous person might sound legitimate. But if you're looking at stats here, Chris Godwin is leading the team with reception with 13. Rob Gronkowski is at 2. And you have Leonard Fournette at 9, Mike Evans at 8. And you got to go all the way down to number 5 to Antonio Brown. He only has 6 receptions on 10 targets in 2 games played. So,
Right.
I mean, really, he's not a big factor in that offense. The only thing that he is there for is to draw that safety over so they're not double teaming Mike Evans or Gronk. Let's just be flat out honest. And Scotty Miller can, draw that guy off because, we saw him destroy your Packers in the playoff game. You can have OJ Howard as just a big body as Gronk. He can do the same. So this loss for the Bucs, as it sucks that he has COVID or contact tracing or whatever the aspect was of it. It's not a big loss for the Bucs at all. The Bucs will be perfectly fine. Actually, the Bucs will not be fine versus the Rams, no matter who they have. Spoiler alert, we'll be talking about that later. Maybe not. I don't know. But we will be talking about the game.
So, in case you guys haven't done it yet, get over to Pick'em Wars, get your picks in.
Yeah, you guys are picking against the spread, so it is free, but you are picking against the spread. That makes it very much difficult here. So before we head to our first break, Tori, we got to bring up the Dallas Cowboys. They did beat the Chargers in week 2 in a very thriller of a game, and they've looked pretty decent so far this first 2 weeks of the season. They went toe-to-toe with the defending Super Bowl champs, the Buccaneers, and obviously beat the Chargers. Are they the favorite now in the NFC with the healthy Dak Prescott and a 1-2 punch with the running?
No. 1-2 punch.
Yeah. Tony Pollard and Zeke. Boom, baby.
Tony Pollard is the better running back of those two right now.
Exactly. And Zeke is the top 5 running back in the NFL. How is that not a 1-2 punch?
Zeke is not even a top 15 back right now.
Name 5 guys better than him besides Tony Pollard.
Aaron Jones, Delvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara. Let's see who else. Who else do we got here?
Now you're digging. You got to think.
No, Nick Chubb.
I wouldn't put Nick Chubb. Come on now.
Why would you put Nick Chubb? Nick Chubb's one of the best running backs in the league.
He is fantasy wise.
No, overall wise.
He is only that good because of the 1-2 punch of him and Kareem Hunt. Without Kareem Hunt, Chubb's average.
Chubb plays 90% of the plays.
Still, that 10% that Kareem Hunt comes in and takes the workload off and scores the touchdowns. That's saving.
That's called having a backup, man. You're a coach, Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, I know in college or in high school they just let us go out there and we will run ourselves into the ground. But...
Exactly.
So
you're telling me that Chubb can carry the ball 90% of the time, but man, 5 yards in, coach, I need a breather. I don't want that extra $1 million on my payday when I hit the 10 touchdown mark. Come on now. It's because he is not that good at back all by himself. He needs Kareem Hunt to give him that 1-2 punch.
No, he doesn't. Kareem Hunt's the receiving back. That's all Kareem Hunt is.
Exactly.
Is the receiving
it's
back.
the 1-2 punch.
Except Zeke isn't doing either of those things right now.
He didn't do either of those things because the game plan versus the Bucs was just to abandon the run. We saw that with the 11 carries that they had total as a team and like 40 yards rushing, and 33 of that was to Zeke. And then we saw him carry the load for the Chargers versus the Chargers in the first half as well. I mean,
no, he didn't. Tony Pollard did. Tony Pollard busted off like 3 big runs in the first half.
Yeah, but 3 big runs does not mean you're carrying the load. I mean, okay, awesome. You broke some 19-yard runs and you padded your stats a little bit. Awesome. take those 3 big runs away, he's averaging 1.5 yards a carry.
But there again, you're saying take that away. But we can't take that away because they happened.
You are right. But if he doesn't rattle off those big runs, he's only
take away my 17 million knee injuries and my 2 torn rotator cuffs, and I might have been an NFL quarterback.
No, you may have been college quarterback at a Division III level. That's about it.
I was thinking like even less than that, like maybe like a college like flag football team.
So you are telling me that the Cowboys don't have a chance to make the playoffs or anything?
I don't think Cowboys make the playoffs.
Really?
They have a chance. I don't think they make it though.
I mean, everybody has a chance. It's only week 3, but on the flip side,
Except for the Lions.
Except for the Lions. Come on, Tori. All right, guys.
Jaguars and the Texans.
We are up against our first break here on the Man Hour. On the other side of the Man Hour, guys, we are going to address those comments that are flowing in there. We are going to talk about all those. Also, this is time for Shop Talk. If you guys want to talk about anything, let us know at youtube.com/Man Hour. And in just 15 minutes, guys, we have the infamous Wayne G with That's Debatable tonight coming on at 8:45 East Coast time, 7:45 Central time. So we'll be right back after this short little break. And welcome back to the Man Hour, guys. Michael Buckhead along with Tori Anderson tonight. You can find us on Twitter machine at manhour_Buck and, of course, manhour_Tori, or you can find the actual Man Hour page on Twitter at man_hour_radio. We will be fixing that as soon as I can, but I just haven't had time to fix it. Tonight's episode is brought to you by pick'emwars.com. Click the link in the bio to sign up for free and win real money. That is pick'emwars.com, P-I-C-K-E-M, wars.com. But it'd be awesome if you guys just click the link in the bio so we can get credit for sending you guys over there. So let's bring Tori back onto the show here. Tori, it is time for some shop talk, and there's some questions and comments that I wanted to address earlier, but I knew shop talk was coming up, so I kind of skimmed over them. So with that being said, Joey comes out and says this is when we're talking about Justin Fields versus the Browns. He says, oh, well, he's going to get killed by the super sack bros anyways. Do you think Justin Fields and the Cleveland Browns have any chance versus the Cleveland Browns next week? I mean, don't make your picks yet because we're doing that in about an hour with pick'emwars.com. But
do they have a chance? I will save that for Pick'em Wars.
I mean, everybody has a chance per se, but who are the Sack brothers? Is that Jadeveon Clowney and what's the other guy's name over there?
Miles Garrett.
I mean, Jadeveon Clowney's a shell of himself. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. Jadeveon, you know how many sacks Jadeveon had last year?
Like 5
Zero.
in the last 6 years or something. He's
zero
been a
last
shell of
year.
himself. Yeah, he's been a very shell of himself. Oh, last year he played on 4 teams, right? He played on the Seahawks, the Titans, and then somebody else, I thought.
Cleveland.
Yeah,
Was
I mean,
it? No, yeah. There's a couple
he
teams.
played on 2 or 3 teams. So I mean, he's definitely. I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, the name Jadeveon Clowney puts fear in people's hearts because of that sack that he had in South Carolina. What, 12 years ago?
Yeah, right.
Tori.
Who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Javon Curse,
Oh yeah.
who took the league. He came out and played like a beast. And like, oh my god! And then like 3 years later, you never heard from him again.
Yeah. What happened to him? I mean, obviously he retired or whatever.
He-
but
Yeah, I mean, after he left Tennessee, he signed that big deal with the Eagles, and then was like hurt like every year. Like
I didn't know he signed
injuries.
with the Eagles. I thought he was with the Titans the whole time. Wow.
No.
That shows you how much I was paying attention after he left, huh? Wow. So I think we addressed this comment, but I'm bringing it up again. Wayne G says Jimmy Johnson was fired after back-to-back Super Bowls. So we were saying if Matt Nagy signed a Super Bowl, he could get fired. I think if the Bears won a Super Bowl, Matt Nagy probably signed a lifetime contract. Let's just be honest about that, because the Bears are itching for his champion. And then Drew comes out and says, "Can you imagine Eric Bieniemy as a Bears head coach?" I don't think Eric Bieniemy would take the Bears head coach. Honestly, it seems like a Chiefs assistant coach place to die like at this point.
Eric Bieniemy will go to USC before he goes to the Bears.
So it's funny that you bring that up because I was listening to a 4-letter network earlier today, maybe 2 days ago, and they said Deion Sanders was the front runner for the USC job. Mr.
Really?
Coach, yeah,
So-
Mr. Coach Prime
Cool.
himself.
So you were listening to MHRN, Man Hour Radio Network?
Did you say that?
I did.
Why would Deion Sanders be a perfect candidate for USC job?
He wouldn't be. He's not seasoned enough. The
Right.
thing is, though, is what does he bring? The glitz, the glam, and the flash, and he's going to bring recruits. I mean, he's at a HBC school the way it is now and started pulling all these kids, or HSBC school, excuse me.
Right.
And, he started pulling 4-star recruits to those schools. So what's to say he couldn't do it in a major program? I don't know. I think he kind of wants to take this program at Jackson State and say, I built this. Like,
Right.
this is the new house that Dion built.
And they just beat Florida State, right? Was it Florida State I can't remember who they beat. Was it Florida State that they beat?
Oh,
I can't remember.
probably because Florida State's terrible. Are they even a Division I school anymore?
I don't think they're even a conference or in like the MAC now or something. So Joey says Sam Darnold's gonna be a lot of fantasy points on Yahoo. Well, hell yeah! I mean, Sam Darnold has been underrated with the whole time he was at the Jets, and he's performing at the Panthers. So, Tori, you are the fantasy guru here on the Man Hour. Is Sam Darnold bye for the rest of the year?
For the rest of the year, if you haven't picked him up already, you should have picked him up already. He's at least bye for at least the next couple of weeks. Even my thing is even if you're not looking at him as your starter, he's a great backup option for your bye weeks that are going to start rolling in, start week 4.
Would you trade for Sam Darnold?
Possibly, but it would depend on what's happened at my quarterback situation. Like, so me personally, I have Russell Wilson. Am I trading for Sam Darnold over Russell Wilson? Probably not.
Maybe week 8 you
Yeah.
will, but
So it all depends. So like if you've got an injury at your quarterback position, so like say you are terrible at drafting and drafted Andy Dalton to be your starting quarterback, you might want to want to pull the trigger on a Sam Darnold.
Shots
starting
fired on that one because
quarterback.
I did pick up Andy Dalton like the 9th round, I think it was, or something like that. He was still on the board.
Yeah,
which
but
is
not
kinda
to be your
crazy.
starter.
Yeah. No, I
And
didn't.
this is how Buck loses fantasy football.
And then Drew says, could you have played in the CFL? Drew, no. CFL is high talented there. Tori, like I don't know your athletic ability at all, but if you can't make it at Division I school, you're probably not going to make it in the CFL. Let's just be honest about that. CFL is very, very highly competitive. Hell, Johnny Manziel couldn't make it in the CFL. That just shows
People
you.
don't realize it's a bigger field.
Yeah.
It is a bigger field than an NFL field.
Yeah.
That's a lot more running. Like your conditioning actually needs to be tougher.
And there's
for the
12 guys
CFL.
on the field too, so you guys forget
Yeah.
about that as well. Joey says, "Are you all watching the Panthers game right now?" We do catch it during the break every now and then, but no, we don't need that. Joey says, "Green Bay needs to sign."
I give you guys my undivided attention while I'm here, Joey. You should be doing the same.
Yeah, we are not
Do,
like
do
Brandon.
we mean nothing to you?
we are
Do
not
we
like
mean
Combs.
nothing to you?
We're not like Combs. Like, what were we talking about? I just seen Conor McGregor throw the ball 4
Careful,
feet.
careful. He'll come back yelling and be like, "I heard you make fun of me."
Green Bay needs to sign Vontaze Burfict. We need a big hitter. What do you think? What do you think about that?
No, because he'll play 2 quarters and get suspended for the next 3 years.
Is he even on a
mean,
team right now? I don't think he's eligible to play in NFL, is he?
I was gonna say, I think he's still suspended.
Yeah. Like I think he has a lifetime or an indefinite
No, he's
suspension or something.
No, he's got I think he's got like a year suspension
Yeah.
because he was with the Raiders last and then got suspended again, and it was like 16 or 18 games or some crap like he got hit with.
And Joey says, Coach Prime Time. It's not Coach Prime Time, it's Coach Prime. Prime Time is his alter ego on the football field. Joey says, shut up. He just had 2 big throws. Who had 2 big throws? Confused by that.
Probably Darnold.
Oh, okay. I had the Chargers quarterback on Yahoo too. Herbert. I mean, Herbert's definitely a top tier quarterback, I think. What do you think on that?
Absolutely, Herbert's a top tier quarterback.
Yeah.
It's like I said, probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league that you never even really realize is one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah. And who was the Justin Hurts was the fantasy point leader for week 2, I think.
Jalen, yeah.
Quarter purse, yeah. So
Jalen
yeah.
Hurts is the top scoring fantasy player right now in all of football.
Yeah, and the second place was like 15 points below me. It was crazy, like how big the disparity
Although
it is.
Aaron Jones' week 2 game kind of caught him up a lot in fantasy point wise.
Right, yeah, the 4 touchdowns performance definitely helped, helped out a lot. So if you guys got any questions here before we head to our next break, send them in quick. But otherwise, guys, we are going to head to break. We got to bring on Wayne G from Infinity Sports with That's Debatable tonight. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Pick'Emores.com. Link is in the description on all feeds here. So head to Pick'Emores.com, click the link in the description. You can sign up for free to win real money over there. So guys, we are going to take a quick little break. On the other side of the break, we're going to welcome Mr. Wayne G himself from Infinity Sports with That's Debatable. So stay tuned, sit back, relax, and grab yourself a drink. We'll be right back.
Drank.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
And welcome back to the Man Hour, guys. Michael Buckeyes with Tori Anderson tonight. You can find us on the old Twitter machine at manhour_Buck and manhour_Tori. And you can find the show on Twitter at man_hour_radio, obviously on the Twitter machine. Tonight's show is brought to you by pick'emwars.com. Link is in the description. Sign up for free to win real money at pick'emwars.com. You guys, it is really, really simple over there. You simply pick who is going to win the NFL games on Sunday, or you can do Saturday. You can do college games on Friday. You can do the UFC fights. Just pick who is going to win. Bada bing, bada boom. You win real money for free. It is that simple. And truth be told, Tori, they didn't even ask if I was 18. So Joey, you can sign up too if you wanted to. Just click the link in the description, win some money, and then you can super chat us that money like as well. That'd be fantastic. But let's welcome on a very special guest tonight, Mr. Wayne G from Infinity Sports. Wayne, what's going on tonight, man?
What's up? Excited to be on, do the weekly segment. I'm actually really excited to hear what Tori thinks of the two country songs I sent him at some point when he's done building his house from IKEA.
Yeah, I mean, IKEA is
We'll
great.
talk about that story.
Yeah, so Wayne, tell the people where they can find you, man.
Absolutely. If you like what you hear on this show, you want to hear a little bit more of me, you can check out Infinity Sports. That's my show. It is on the Belly Up Sports Network, just like Man Hour. You can find it on iTunes, Spotify, all the places that you normally find your podcast. But you can find us on Twitter at SportsInfinity5. Reach out and give me a shout. Let me know what you want me to talk about or not talk about, and we'll do it up.
Yeah, so guys, as you see here, his name there is on the bottom left of his screen. So Wayne, that's debatable. It's a very simple topic. You bring us 3 or 4 topics, and we see if that's debatable or not. So let's go ahead and get started, being bad guy. Oh, we don't want Tori. Tori, get out of there.
Yeah, so here's the first one. Basically, I was scrolling through Facebook like I do to find out what kind of topics people are debating during the week. And somebody came out with a statement about Derrick Henry, and they said, the second best I've ever seen. Now, obviously, it doesn't necessarily mean the second best ever, but the second best this person's ever witnessed. Now, your show is very big on the eye test. So, who is the best running back you've ever seen, and why is it Bo Jackson?
Oh,
Ooh, that is a good question because, well, much like you, Wayne, I'm old, and we've seen some pretty good running backs. Like we were around. We've seen Walter Payton. We've seen Bo Jackson. We've seen Barry Sanders. Like I mean, if Brandon was here, he'd be like Neil Anderson. But oh god,
who was the fullback from the Chargers named Neil forever?
Lorenzo Neal.
Lorenzo Neal. Yeah, he was good. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Brandon would actually say, and I've heard him say this. He'll deny it, but I've heard him say that Walter Payton couldn't carry Emmitt Smith's jockstrap.
Ooh, I forgot about that. I forgot about Emmett, but still, like, I got to go Barry just because Bo didn't play long enough. Even though Bo overall, if he would have had a full career, probably has a better career than any running back. Injuries obviously cut that down, but Barry just did things on terrible teams that, you know, he would get hit in the backfield and make big runs and stuff like that. So, you know, how many times did you see him go with his little self, run into that pile, and all of a sudden, poof, there he goes, and he's 75 yards down the field. So for me personally, if we're going to use eye test, just eye test wise, I'm going to go with Barry.
Yeah, but and then on the flip side of that coin, of all those times you saw him break a yard or run for 75 yards, how many times you see him run backwards for 25 yards, right? I mean, it's kind of a give or take. So I came into watching football when it was Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders, and I think Marcus Allen was still in the very tail end of his career when he was playing with the Kansas City Chiefs. So the best that I have, I mean, like, obviously I did not see Walter Payton play or Bo Jackson or but honestly, guys, I think the best running back that I ever seen play was Ricky Walters for the Philadelphia Eagles. I thought, if you want to go off strictly eye test, like, he had the body. He was consistently gaining 3 or 4 yards every time. Like, I felt like he carried the ball, and I felt like, you know, like if he was maybe on a better team, he would have even had better numbers per se. So now, obviously, I'm not saying he is the best ever. You know, obviously that's Barry Sanders or Emmitt Smith, in my opinion, from seeing them play. But I like what Ricky Waters brought to the table, and he did have to pass the eye test for me.
Yeah, I like it. That's an unorthodox choice, and I do like that. Obviously, I'm a Bo Jackson guy. He's my all-time favorite athlete in two sports. Yeah. And basically, when I tell people about Bo Jackson versus Barry Sanders, like Tori said, he didn't play long enough, but that's why I go with just the best I've ever seen. Barry Sanders was great, amazing lateral movement, but Bo didn't need that because I think people forget he's the fastest player in the history of the NFL, and he could also run over defensive linemen.
I was going to say, he would just push him right down. Like, that's why I was like, oh, did you see that stiff arm? I'm like, Bo was doing that to linemen, or just
right.
Like, get out of my way. Just getting, you know, if Madden would have had its system today, his truck every year would have been 99.
Oh, 100%. Isn't Derrick Henry's truck 99?
Oh yeah, probably.
And now Derrick Henry couldn't hold Bo Jackson's jock at all.
Derrick Henry runs like a 4.7. Bo ran a 4.18 or 4.12.
Really, I didn't know. I didn't know he was that fast. The only recollection that I have of Bo Jackson was when he played with the Kansas City Royals and he like caught that pop fly and then like ran like along the wall for like 3/4 of the field or something like that. That was absolutely just ridiculous. But yeah.
He didn't run through. He ran up the wall and down it.
No,
he
circled it. Like,
I know you're a Royals fan, and you probably remember this differently. But it was up one side and down the other.
Yeah.
It was just.
I want to be perfectly clear. I did not see that live. I saw highlights of it. So I mean, they always play that game like every year when they play the George Brett Pine Tar game.
Pine Tar incident. Yeah. Still one of the best meltdowns in baseball ever.
Yeah. All right. What's next, Wayne?
So the next one was somebody posted a meme. We had a picture of LeBron James standing next to Kevin Durant, and it said, "Nobody in history beats these guys in a 2-on-2 matchup." And I disagreed. I went with Kobe and Jordan, but I'm curious to see who you guys think could beat them, if anybody.
Well, I'll go first on this one because basketball obviously isn't my forte by any means, but I think if you put a big man on there, like a true big man like Shaq, I don't think LeBron or KD could physically stop him. So if you have a facilitator at all, you know, Jason Williams from the Sacramento Kings, who was the Suns point guard, Steve Nash, you know, anybody that could dribble and maybe get KD or LeBron kind of like open and then get the ball to Shaq. Like, I think that's dominant there. So any facilitator plus Shaq, so Kobe first plus Shaq, Michael Jordan plus Shaq could definitely beat LeBron and KD any day of the week.
See, I think because if you're trying to match them up, you don't want a true big man like that because he's going to be too slow for defense. I'm going to say I really like that Jordan Kobe one. I think that would be good. Bird and Magic.
Yeah.
To match up against them just because, Magic's the first five position player that there was really that he played all over the court for the Lakers. And if we're going like by era, like maybe even like put like give me Wilt and Bill Russell 2-on-2 versus them and watch them destroy them. That would be fun to watch because there's no way they would have to take everything outside because there's no way that they're getting to the rim.
Yeah. So, Wayne, I guess the question would it be true 2-on-2 rules? So like make it, take it type thing.
Yeah,
Or-
exactly. Make it, take it, and
Make
then
it-
if you miss
oh.
the shot, there's no rebound. You just have to. It gets checked up at the top of the key.
Okay, then that points I would probably take Shaq out and put a shooter in there.
Give me Wilt and Bill Russell all day long on that one. Then
What is a big man that can shoot like a mid range shot? Maybe like Paul Pierce, maybe. I think.
Who's a big man? I mean, David Robinson,
David
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Duncan, Olajuwon, Duncan could.
Who would you have, Wayne?
Like I said, I would go Kobe, Jordan. I think that's the best matchup. But if we're gonna put a big man in there, it would have to be Wilt, just because he ran an 11-second 100-meter dash, so he can keep up with both those guys. I don't like Magic and Bird only because while Magic I think could guard LeBron, I think Durant would run circles around Bird.
Yeah. Does
But
Kevin
they-
Durant
they
really
gotta-
have that
they
lateral
gotta get the
quickness,
ball,
though?
though.
Yeah.
They got to get the ball because Bird's going to just knock down everything against Durant. He's going to be able to muscle him.
I don't know. Durant's got that 7'6" wingspan. So.
Yeah, he does block a lot of shots that are like, you're like, really? How did he block that? I mean, I definitely give him that one. So, I mean, it would definitely be a good game. I mean,
And are we playing street ball rules?
no blood, no foul.
I don't know. Well, then it's Dennis Rodman, Bill Lambert versus those guys.
Yeah, we're playing no blood, no foul. Let me rethink this one a little bit. I'll take Ron Artest and
Do you think somebody like AI could like go head to head with like a LeBron James or Kevin Durant and just beat him off the dribble?
Yes, but I don't think he can guard either one of those guys.
yeah, he wouldn't be able to guard him.
Right. Okay.
I mean, defense was never his forte, anyways.
Well, he won a couple defensive player, or not defense player of the year, but defensive like team, right?
You know what?
don't
He
think
never
so.
did. He actually led the league in steals like 4 times, but he was never an all defensive team.
Really? I would not put that up there. That's crazy. Okay. Well, what's next, Wayne?
All right, bringing it back to football. This one's going to be a fun one for you guys. This is really debatable because this is kind of a hot take. But the NFC West so far is 7-1 on the season. This weekend they're going 0-4.
Oh, Tori, I'll give it to you first.
Ooh. I would bet my life that does not happen.
Because it can't.
I would literally bet my life it wouldn't happen. I think that the Rams have a good chance to possibly knock off the defending champs. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Arizona, I think, is going to be playing with a chip on the shoulder after almost, should have lost that game last week because Minnesota had them dead to rights. And I think they play with a little bit of a chip on the shoulder. San Francisco plays my Packers. We'll talk about that later.
And Minnesota,
And
Seattle.
Seattle, and Minnesota's just not that good.
Well, neither is Seattle.
Yes, they are because I have Russell Wilson as my fantasy football quarterback.
Seattle was good for the first 8 weeks of the season.
They will be 6-2 and then go 2-6 or 2-9 or
And
or
sneak
2-7
into the
the
playoffs and
rest
win
of
the
the
Super
way out.
Bowl. So, Wayne, you said they're going to go 0-4.
Yep.
Arizona plays Jacksonville.
Mhm.
Green Bay plays San Francisco. Who else do we got here?
Tampa Bay
The
and the Rams.
Rams play the Rams. Yeah, Rams
Yeah.
play the Buccaneers, and then
Seattle plays
Seattle and Minnesota.
Yeah. You know what? 0-4 is a very good possibility, Wayne, just because, Arizona is traveling coast to coast. They play that 1 o'clock game. That's 10 o'clock time in Arizona. Tampa Bay is a very good team. Seattle doesn't play well on the road. It's like it seems like, and San Francisco does have Green Bay's number when they travel to Candles. Is it still? No, it's called Levi's Stadium now. or something, right?
Levi
Yeah,
something like
yeah, but Candlestick
show us
Park.
your show us your fly.
I mean, 0-4 is a stretch, but if I was a bet man, it was like the odds were like 1-20 or whatever it is. Give me the 0-4 all day long. I like Jacksonville at home. I like the 49ers at home. I like Seattle, or like I said, I don't like them on the road. I don't like San Francisco at home. I don't like Seattle at like on the road. And who was the other team? Where are they playing again?
Rams and the Bucks.
Yeah, and obviously the Bucks are the best team in the NFL right now. Hands down. I definitely go 0-4 if I was a betting man. Give me 0-4 all day long.
Yeah, that's what I think too. And the
There
last
you go.
one,
Put your 14 parlay on it right there, folks. You heard it here first.
Yeah,
Lose your money.
pickupwars.com.
the last one, I always like to throw a pop culture one in there for you guys. This one actually kind of born out of a sad moment over the past week since I was on the show. Norm Macdonald passed away from cancer, 10-year battle. He's one of my all-time favorite comedians.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't like him. Very dry, very deadpan, but that's what made him so funny. And so I had a couple of clips here. I hope you guys don't mind. I played a couple. My two favorite, probably Norm Macdonald weekend update bits.
Do it.
This is the first one. This is a classic Norm Macdonald joke.
The richest girl in the world, billionaire Athena Onassis, celebrated her 10th birthday this week. What's it like to be the richest girl in the world? Well, to give you some idea, at the party, they had 2 cakes.
And that's the kind of thing that people would just be like, that's not funny. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
it's really, even my daughter who's 13 thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then this is the second one. This one's a little bit more for the mainstream.
Kenny G has a Christmas album out this year. Hey, happy birthday, Jesus. Hope you like crap.
That is classic Norm Macdonald
Oh,
right
yeah.
there.
Wasn't he on a Who Lines Is It Anyway for like a little while too?
I don't think so. I don't think
I
he
don't
ever
think
did that.
no, he
Like,
didn't
I
do
feel
his
like he was
line
on
is
there.
anyway.
Okay, never mind.
But
No.
anyway, so it got me thinking. I had a debate with people at work. If I said, hey, you guys got to build a Mount Rushmore, 4 greatest comedians of all time.
Ooh.
Again, this aren't your 4 favorite. This is like you've now got to commission this mountain. Who are the 4 guys that you're putting on your Mount Rushmore?
Tori, you want to go first on that?
No, I need to think. Go ahead, Buck.
Yeah, me too. Me.
I'll give you mine if you want.
Yeah.
If you guys can think.
Go ahead.
So my Mount Rushmore again, and this is just one of these guys is my favorite, but the other 3 I just think belong as the greatest: Carlin, Pryor, Seinfeld, Chappelle.
So you're doing like TV shows?
No, stand-up comedians.
Oh.
Stand-up comedian.
Oh, Jerry Seinfeld. Okay, never mind. Yeah, you're right. Shoot. I like Adam Sandler. Like I feel like his comedic genius is really overlooked because he started on Saturday Night Live and then kind of
Wrong. He started on Remote Control.
What is Remote Control?
He started on the Cosby Show. He was
I
one of Theo's friends.
I know what
he
Cosby
was.
Show, but what is Remote Control?
Remote Control was a TV show on MTV that was hosted by Ken Oberman. And
Wow, was that
it,
like in the 70s
it
or
was-
what? Like,
it was in the 80s.
okay, I wasn't born yet, so no. But I think you got to put Adam Sandler up there.
Well, these are stand-ups. I mean, stand-up. Are you going to put him? I know he's done some stand-up, but
See, I don't know that much on stand up because like I grew up in a generation where stand up wasn't on TV. Like Saturday Night Live was where you got your start. Like I feel so. If it's stand up, like I don't know. Like I would be drawing a blank to be honest.
man, you're in a house without HBO. What's going on?
Yeah, HBO Max is expensive.
Hey,
Man.
he grew up in Kansas. They're lucky they had electricity.
We're lucky we had internet. Like I gotta get internet till my junior year of high school.
So Tori's more my age. What do you think? Top
Yeah.
4 stand-up
Oh,
comedians all time.
See, you made some good picks there. Like you got to put Carlin and Pryor both have to be on there.
I like the
Stand-up
puppet
comedian.
man. Who's the pup?
Jeff
man?
Dunham, shut
Dunham.
up! You need to be kicked off your own show right now.
What? He's hilarious.
Oh my god, no. I'm gonna put somebody a little bit more recent because I think she's freaking hilarious, and that's Amy Schumer. Like I
Yeah.
love Amy
Ugh,
Schumer's
my
humor.
God, you just crapped on him about Jeff Dunham, and you're putting Amy Schumer on your Mount Rushmore of comedy.
I'm about equal opportunity here. So
Equal opportunity crap. I mean, I
Well,
saw
this
her Netflix special. That was horrible.
This may come back to bite me when I run for Senate someday. Women aren't funny. Okay, sorry.
Wow. I'm glad we called the man hour. We just sexes
And then-
ourselves 100% right there.
what's his name? Sam Kennison.
Sam Kinnison's
I
good.
would-
Yeah.
I would put Sam Kennison probably as my fourth one on there.
You got a crappy Mount Rushmore. And, but no, I'm gonna say, like I said, because really looking at it, I mean, I will say this: those are the 4 best of all time. Kind of like we're talking about Barry Sanders, but
Yeah.
the best I've ever seen. All right, this is a guy who passed too young as well, but this is the funniest comedian I've ever seen in my life. Funnier than Carlin, funnier than Pryor. Patrice O'Neal. I think if he had lived a little bit longer, I mean, it was absolutely like butt gusting. Gut busting funny.
Yeah, see, and like I don't know who that is. Like
You know what Patrice? Oh, you gotta check out Patrice O'Neal, Elephant in the Room. It's gonna be the funniest stand-up you've ever seen.
Elephant in the Room. So one thing that everybody might know are the guys who did Who's on First. I think those guys were freaking hilarious.
That's
Laurel
Laurel
Hardy?
Hardy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like even to this day that is played and it was recorded way back when. I don't even when it was recorded. I mean, that's got to be on the Mount Rushmore, right?
No,
But
listen,
that's not stand-up comedian. That's a TV show.
well, that's a bit too. I mean,
Yeah.
name their second funniest bit.
I don't know.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
Because if we were doing that,
yeah.
I'm putting the Three Stooges up there. Because to me, the
No,
Three
you
Stooges
could-
are some of the
Listen,
funniest.
you're
people
done.
ever.
I'm taking away your chisel. You can't make any Mount Rushmore for anything anymore.
Three Stooges was so dumb, Tori.
Putting Amy Schumer and the Three Stooges. Get out of here.
Equal opportunity.
I mean,
I'm all about the spreading the love.
So Kevin Hart from my era is pretty good. Like, obviously, I mean, I kind of feel like he brought stand-up comedian back to the mainstream for a few years. You know,
Yeah, so Kevin Hart is kind of, I think, if you look at the guys who came up from the same area, you had Kevin Hart, Bill Burr, Dane Cook, Louis C.K., and Patrice O'Neal all came up together like in the Boston area.
Right.
And they will all say that Patrice was the king of that group.
really.
Yep.
So I heard a crazy story about Dane Cook to bring up pop culture. I was watching YouTube today, and Dane Cook recently just moved to California or something like that, and he wanted to transfer his business from Massachusetts to California. Apparently, he had no money in his corporate accounts. His brother stole over $80 million from him. How crazy is that?
Wow.
Isn't that
That's
kind of
pretty
messed
crazy.
up? Yeah.
I mean, when you haven't worked in like 10 years, you're probably money. My brother stole it.
Well, who puts all their money in one account?
Well, no,
Right.
he had corporate accounts for like his TV or for like his merchandise sales and that kind of thing, and he had his personal account. So when he was trying to transfer the businesses over from Massachusetts to California, apparently he had like fake like FIN numbers, fake tax ID numbers. He couldn't even access his own bank account. So
He grabbed his brother by the face and said, "I knew it was you. You broke my heart." And he kissed him.
Kissed him. And
All
there
right.
again, I still never seen that movie start to finish.
That's the second one.
Yeah.
What movie?
What's that?
Godfather.
I'm just
Yeah, Godfather.
I'm just playing. I've never seen it myself.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Like I've seen the whole movie, but never in one sitting.
Every time people bring up The Godfather, I think of the Family Guy episode when they're getting ready to like die. Like Peter's like, since we're going to die, guys, I have something to say. The Godfather's not that good. And he just like, and the episode ends. But Wayne G, as always, thank you for joining us. Tell people where they can find you. All that good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, check us out, bellyupsports.com. You can find some of my blogs on there as well as find the podcast. And check us out at Sports Infinity 5. We'll post some of the podcasts on there, some of the blogs, and feel free to interact. Maybe you'll have an idea for what's debatable for next week.
All right, guys. Wayne G, as always, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week at 8:45 East Coast time, right here on the Man Hour. We'll see you next week, man.
See ya.
Bye, Wayne.
All right, guys, that is Wayne G from Infinity Sports. He always graciously welcomes us, or what's the word I'm looking for, Tori? He always graciously,
Accepts our invite.
yeah. He never
Always-
lets us
always-
down. He is
He
always
brings
here.
he brings the heat. He brings the fire every time.
Yeah, speaking of that, Brandon Combs is still fired up about you guys dogging him. How do you feel about
Is
that?
he in chat now?
No, I just figured. Drew says Kobe and Pistol Pete would beat Kobe or LeBron and MJ, or LeBron and KD one-on-one. Who's Pistol Pete?
Pete Maravich.
Don't know him.
God dang.
We'll be right back here, guys, on the Man Hour.
I quit.
Like, for real, I don't know who he is.
Brought to you by Brooks Roofing and Siding. Contact them at 812-868-7663 or online at brooksroofingin.com. Brooks Roofing and Siding, protection you need when nature strikes.
And welcome back to the Man Hour, guys. Michael Buckeyes along with Tori Anderson that I just went over to the chat here, and I saw Drew says you guys forgot one major comedian, Robin Williams.
Oh, we did.
Yeah. Like, once again, I don't know him from his stand-up. I know him from his movies. So
he was a great stand-up. You can look up the YouTube video Robin Williams on golf.
On golf, I think I've seen that one actually. So because we actually when RTF Sports Talk or RTF Sports Network was around, we actually had a golf show, and that was one of their opening segments. And Drew also says, Tori, we are that old. I roll with the face palm. So I'm not for sure what you heard, Drew, but we were talking on the members only behind the scenes chat here, and like I said, Tori and I have like a 10 to 11 age gap, and I was like, man, like I didn't realize there was that big a generational gap between you and me, and it's kind of mind-boggling, or kind of like humbling, like, hey, you've seen Bo Jackson play, you've seen Walter Payton play, and like I've only seen highlights and stories of them play. So I mean, it's weird that just 10 years apart, that much stuff has happened, But let's go ahead and move on here, Tori. Let me get back to the rundown. Drew says, yep, 100% agree. So we have broken down some sports headlines. We talked Aaron Rodgers, Matt Nagy, Antonio Brown, and of course the Dallas Cowboys. We had That's Debatable with Dwayne G. We had a little bit of shop talk, but now it is time to get into week 3 of the NFL season. Tonight's show is brought to you guys by pick'emwars.com. In the description of every show that you're listening to, there's a link right there. The first link in the description is pick'emwars.com. Click on that link, sign up for free, and you get to play for free and get a chance to win real money over there at pick'emwars.com. Last week I won $10. I mean, it's $10, but Tori, it was free $10. So I'm ahead 100% on that $10. So pretty excited. I got like 12th place, I think, on the on the college pick'em. So guys, just know that you are picking against the spread. So it is very, very, very hard. So I mean, just bear with it, but it is free. Win some real money. And bada bing, bada boom, you're ahead 100% no matter what. But let's get into week 3 of the NFL. Tori Anderson at @manhour_Tori on the old Twitter machine. And before we pick our games, I got 3 games here that I really want to break down. You are going to tell me how each team can win and who is the X factor for said team as well. So one of the biggest games that I am going to be looking forward to this week are the LA Chargers traveling to Arrowhead Stadium to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Tori, how can the LA Chargers win this game?
They score more points than the Kansas City Chiefs and hold them to less points.
Okay, Brandon Coleman's just saying just show up.
That's a John Madden take right there.
Right.
All they got to do to win this game is bam, they got to score more points than the other guy.
Bada bing, bada
Thank
boom.
you for that insight. Awesome. Here, let me mark up the entire screen.
But
So
seriously,
for them, they got to play better defense than they did last week. I mean, and they got to take care of the ball in the red zone. They had so many opportunities in the red zone and got I think it was 3 touchdowns got called back because of penalties.
oh, it was horrible. Yeah.
They should have hammered the crap out of the Cowboys last week. There's no way that game should have been as close. The Chargers moved the ball at will and then just kept shooting themselves right in the foot.
Yeah.
So they have to finish off those red zone opportunities. They have a good offense. It's just a matter of them capitalizing on and hoping that their defense can stop Patty Mahomes.
Yeah, so many people think when you play the Kansas City Chiefs, you have to go offense for offense, blow for blow, 55-54 game like it was a Ram and Chiefs in like 2017 or 2018. You know, it's the highest scoring game on Monday Night Football game ever. That is not how you beat the Kansas City Chiefs. How you beat the Kansas City Chiefs is a solid running game and put pressures on Patrick Mahomes. What cost the Kansas City Chiefs game on Monday night or on Sunday night versus the Ravens? They put Patrick Mahomes pressure. He threw a stupid interception, and they were stopping the run, and they made Edwards-Helaire fall out with the ball. That's exactly what the Chargers have to do. They need to keep the offense off the field, run the ball, let Austin Eckler eat. You know, he has 24 carries for 111 yards on the season and 2 games. Austin needs 24 carries this game alone. Take Herbert out of it. Give the Eckler the ball. Let him eat. And then when you are in there, Nick Bosa, right, is his name? Not Joey Bosa. Nick Bosa needs to get in Patrick Mahomes' face over and over and over again. Patrick Mahomes needs to be hit at least 12 times in this game for you to have a chance. If the Kansas City Chiefs offense can find any type of rhythm whatsoever, you are absolutely screwed. Keep them out of rhythm by popping them in the mouth and keeping the offense off the field. Like, that's how the Chargers can win versus the Kansas City Chiefs. So, Tori, on the flip side of that, how can the Kansas City Chiefs win this game?
Are they playing at home?
Yes, they are.
Show up.
Show up. Okay,
let,
Brandon.
let that Kansas City crowd do what they do best and get loud and drown out everything, causing unforced errors or and unforced penalties on the Chargers. Like, they, they're again loudest stadium in all of football.
Facts.
Let them go. They are going to crank it up. It's a divisional game, so they're going to crank it up to about 13. And, execute. I mean, if you're executing, I don't care what team, I don't care if the worst team in the league, if you're executing, you got a good chance to win the game. So, get the ball and exploit your weaknesses. So I think they're going to get the ball to Kelsey a lot this week.
Yeah. Sometimes I think fighting fire with fire is the best way to win these divisional games. So what is great for the Chargers is their pass rush and their run stopping. So how do you fight that fire with fire? Give Olaire the ball probably 20 times a game, or 20 times this game. Let him redeem himself from that huge fumble that basically cost him the game last week. Granted, the run defense sucked, but just basically, sustain drives. I got, yes, as much as a Chiefs fan, I love the 3 plays, 85-yard drives. Those are awesome, right? But to win the games, to win these divisional games, you need a 10-play drive. Take 6 minutes off the clock. Let your running backs eat. I mean, you have like 5 of them. Let them all eat. Let them all get two carries every series, and then pop a quick pass to Tyreek Hill or Byron Pringle. My fantasy team, I like to have him 10 catches this game for 2 scores, but I digress.
Speaking
Speaking
fantasy wise, Christian McCaffrey just went out with an injury.
Oh, that is tough. But yeah, I mean, how you beat the Chargers is sustain drives, fight fire with fire, run the ball, and the defense just doesn't have to suck. The defense, guys can bend but don't break. Hold them to field goals. Just don't suck, defense. That's all I gotta say. Don't suck. Who are the X factors in this game, Tori?
I'm going to say the guy that's been bringing the X factor so far all season for the Chargers, and that's Mike Williams. Mike Williams is finally playing like the number 7 overall pick that he was.
Yeah.
No, it did. I don't know if you saw the stats. Like week 1, they were showing the other receivers drafted around him, like how many touchdown catches he had. Like 13, and I think the next lowest one was like at 27.
Jeez.
So, like, they were kind of going all around that. He's starting to finally play, and there again, you give that with that offense, like that's going to be a nasty offense. And for the defense, it's Frank Clark's injured. How well are they going to play?
Yeah,
if Frank Clark can go, they got a better chance. So Frank Clark's availability, big one on that one.
Yeah. So my X factor for the whole game is not on the offensive side of the ball. It's going to be on the defensive side of the ball. I think Frank Clark will not play this game because we have 15 games left in the season, right? I mean, save your body till the end of the season. Wait till you're 100%. So the Honey Badger is going to be the X factor in this whole game. If the Honey Badger can put Chris Jones and those linebackers, Hitchens and all those like other boys in the correct spot to stop the run, if the Honey Badger is at least 80%, I mean, because like let's be honest, Sunday night he was about 60%. He was not himself that game whatsoever. If Tyrann Mathieu can play at 85%, he is the X factor. He will. I don't know what it is, but when he is on, he is sneaky good. He is jumping routes. He's getting interceptions. He's flying around the ball. He's having a great time. Honey Badger is the X factor for me, Tori, 100%. And then on the Chargers side of the ball, it's going to be Austin Eckler. Like I said, like he has to run the ball a lot, and I think that's the only way the Chargers are going to win this game. Legitimately, is that they run the ball 24 times. If Austin Eckler touched the ball on the ground 24 times. So, moving to the West Coast here, the Bucs travel to the LA Rams. So, Tori, this is arguably the game of the week. You have 2-0 teams battling, top 2 teams in the NFC. They're saying this is the NFC Championship preview. How can the Bucs beat the Rams?
Scoring more points.
Yeah, they can.
West Coast, going out to the West Coast. Oof. They got to, Tom Brady's averaging 5 touchdowns a game. So literally scoring more points has not been their problem this year. So for them, it's how well can that Tampa Bay defense stop that Chargers or stop that Rams offense? It's kind of the unstoppable force versus the immovable object this week.
Right. Yeah, this is a like I said, like how you shouldn't fight fire with the Kansas City Chiefs offense. This is a game that I could see Tori being 45, 46 points on both sides of the ball. So with that being said, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense just has to play what they did against the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Championship game last year. They just kind of had to have that bend, don't break mentality, hold the Rams to a couple field goals, maybe get a couple pick sixes, like like they did against the Falcons in the fourth quarter. But I am curious to see what their cornerback position is, because they're obviously working players out to fill the guy's name slipping my mind, but he broke his elbow or dislocated his elbow. He is out for the rest of the season. So I'm curious to see how that defense can hold up. So how can the Bucs beat the Chargers? What Tori said, score more points, but just give me 3 defensive stops. Like, I think if you get 3 defensive of stops versus the Rams, you are going to win this game. So I could be 100% wrong, Tori, on this, but we do have at least 2 top 5 defense, I think, in my opinion, on the field too. The Rams are a great defense, and the Buccaneers are obviously pretty damn good as well. I don't know where we would rank them as far as a ranking scale. So how do the Rams win this game?
Exploit a defense that can't be exploited right now. A defense that's playing extremely well. There again, slow down Tom Brady. It's the exact same. It's true. Have your defense try to slow down Tom Brady. Tom Brady is prone to throw interceptions once in a while.
Right.
And bring the pressure on him. If they can bring the pressure, get Tom out of his rhythm, get him force him to make a couple of turnovers, and they take advantage of those opportunities, they have a great chance to win this game. Plus, they're at home.
Right.
That count. It does count for something, unless you're in Jacksonville, and then it just doesn't count for anything.
Or if you're a Raiders or Chargers, because they technically don't have like a home. I don't know. Their home fields are weird, but maybe it's a destination for those guys. But I think the Cowboys laid out the blueprints this year of how to beat the Bucs, Tori, to be honest. And I think that is how the Rams can win this game, is totally exploit the run. Yes, they have Darrell Henderson and Sony Michel as their running backs. I don't have a lot of faith in either of those guys. Let's just be flat.
Well, that's because Henderson's probably not going to play this week, and Sony Michel will be the featured back.
Right. So do what the Cowboys did. Totally abandon the run. Exploit that new cornerback that the Buccaneers have. Yes, he has a week under his like his belt. I get it. But exploit the new guy. Pass the ball 60, 70 times in this game. Let Matthew Stafford throw for 500 yards. I think that's the only way you're going to beat the Buccaneers. The Dallas Cowboys laid out the blueprint for how to beat the Buccaneers. They didn't execute because, it's still week 1. Dak wasn't there yet. Cramps, you can say whatever you want. But if the Dallas Cowboys play that same exact scheme versus the Buccaneers in week 5 or week 6, I think the Cowboys win 9 out of 10 times. And I think that is how the Rams can beat the Buccaneers. Throw the ball all over the field, pick on that new cornerback, and that's how they're going to win. So give me an X factor.
Sony Michel on the offensive side, because there again, no Darrell Henderson. You are looking at Sony Michel being your lead back. There again, you still have to have some semblance of a run in order for them to make them, respect your passing game. So you're still going to have to use him quite a bit. I don't know which way you're going to use him, but that's the biggest X factor for me is Sony Michel in this game. He could be the deciding factor how well he plays.
Yeah, and then on the Rams side of the ball, we talked about this receiver a little bit. I believe it was Tuesday's show. Cooper Kupp, like how he is quietly be having a great season, and I think Cooper Kupp is the X factor because I think he will have that backup cornerback on him most of the game. So Cooper Kupp should be getting 20 targets easily in this game with 12 to 15 catches. So I'm no fantasy guru like Tori, but I would be starting Cooper Kupp in this game 100%. Now on the Bucs side of the ball, I think the X factor is going to be playoff Leonard Fournette. Can Leonard Fournette play like he did in the playoffs? Because I think that will be a deciding factor to like how the Bucs can when he breaks off a few big runs, does that quick passing game, kind of slow the game down a tad bit, and ultimately I think Leonard Fournette will be the X factor for the Bucs. What about the Bucs for you?
For me, it's Scotty Miller, because if you're going to be down Mike Evans, if you're going to be down, Antonio Brown, Scotty Miller's the next man up. And it's going to be on him to kind of take a little bit of heat off of Chris Godwin and, obviously Gronk and OJ Howard and Cameron Brate as well. So but how he plays opposite of him is going to go a long way in deciding this game. There's games that you are glad your players missed because it's maybe a meaningless game. However, this could be a game that at the end of the year would be like, oh, remember when? And it's deciding the number one seed.
Yeah. So before we head to the game of the night that I think is going to be there, or the game of the day, Drew says if Aaron Donald and Patrick Ramsey can rush Brady and get him out of the pocket, they can win. I think Tom Brady is going to release the ball too fast for them to even get a pass rush. Like Tom Brady's averaging like 2.1 seconds from snap to throwing the ball. I don't think you can get a pass rush. What do you think?
Well, since Jalen usually is covering the number one guy, he doesn't rush a whole lot. But you have Aaron Donald, you have Leonard Floyd, who experienced a career revival going from Chicago to the Rams.
Yeah.
If they can get pressure, that's anybody. That's any good quarterback throughout the history of quarterbacks. Is if you get pressure on them and knock them around, yeah, it's any of them.
Right.
If you can get to them and knock them around, yeah, they're going to lose confidence. They're going to get rid of the ball a little bit quicker. They might flinch a little bit quicker, all that good stuff. So, it's an old adage, but it holds true.
Here's the problem though, Drew. If you look at Tom Brady wrong, you're getting a 15-yard roughing the passing penalty. You get 2 of those, you're ejected from the game, right? So I think that alone limits a lot of the pass rush too. And then Drew also says Kupp is awesome. Yeah, I do agree. I think Kupp is going to have a great game. He also says Kupp is the Rams version of Tyreek Hill. Would you compare those two?
No, God, no. He's bigger. Cooper Kupp's way bigger receiver than Tyreek Hill is.
I would put Cooper Kupp more of like a Devontae Adams type thing. Like
I would say Cooper Kupp's a white version of Jordy Nelson.
White version of Jordy Nelson. That a kid. I love it. So let's talk about the game of the night here. The Sunday night matchup, the Green Bay Packers travel to San Francisco to Levi Strauss Stadium now to take on the 49ers. How can the Packers win this game, Tori?
By getting on a plane and going home and hoping the game gets canceled.
Yeah, COVID game.
I do not give my Green Bay Packers a lot of hope in this game. We play terrible out there. For whatever reason, the San Francisco 49ers have our number. We had their number through much of the 90s and into the early 2000s, and that mantra has flipped. So if Aaron comes out and has another 5-touchdown night and our defense doesn't look like complete crap like it has the first 2 weeks, then we have a chance. Which rumor has it that the defensive coordinator is already in hot water in Green Bay.
Sheesh. So correct me if I'm wrong. The last 3 seasons, you guys have traveled to San Francisco in the regular season, right?
And we have gotten trounced.
Have you won one of those games at all? So I think that is how they can win this game, is they had that chip on their shoulder, because it's kind of like they're home away from home. They seem like they go there so freaking often. How they played there 4 times in 3 years, right? So no, but to be honest, I think they take the Dallas Cowboys blueprint like they had against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I think Aaron freaking Rodgers is going to throw the ball 40-plus times in this game. They are going to try to exploit that San Francisco 49ers back 7, because let's just be honest, the front 4 is damn good. They have Joey Bosa. They drafted that kid last year. His name slipped on my mind, but he is just as good as Joey Bosa. Not as good, but he is
Solomon Thomas.
Yeah. So Aaron Jones' running game is probably going to be shut down a lot, but the short passing game and the deep threat is going to be there. So the Green Bay Packers are going to throw the ball all over the field, and that's how they're going to win this game. I don't want to say Devontae Adams because that's the easy way out. I would say Lazard has 15 catches in this game. I think Lazard has a big game.
Have you watched the first? Lazard hasn't even been a factor.
That's fine. That is fine. That is why they're going to leave him on a linebacker. And bada bing, bada boom. I'm open, baby. Just win, baby, win. But how can the 49ers win this game?
show up.
That's a
Be-
lie. That's a lie.
Be like, win the coin toss.
So hey, can I tell you?
Win the coin toss and elect to receive in the second half, and you win the game.
Can I tell you a quick story about a coin toss?
Sure.
So I read a joke on Facebook. A girl or a guy takes a girl out to the football game. She doesn't know anything about football whatsoever. After the game, he asks, like, "Hey, how was the game?" And she's like, "It was fun. I really like the tight pants and the big, strong arms, but I'm really confused." And he looked really like baffled and was like, "Why are you confused?" It's like because they flipped a quarter at the end at the start of the game and one team won, and the whole time they're trying to get a quarterback, and she's like, "What do you mean?" All I heard was get the quarterback, get the quarterback, get the quarterback. And I was like, guys, it's just 25 cents. Relax.
That's a terrible joke. That is a complete that is a gym teacher joke right there.
I'm a dad. It's a dad joke, 100%. How could the 49ers win, Tori?
Do the same thing that the Saints did, shut Aaron down. Like I have a terrible sinking feeling for this game.
Yeah.
Like awful. Like whatever the spread is, take the Niners and the points.
Well, we will do that in the pick'em. So you're saying that San Francisco 49ers simply just have to not suck this game, play a B- game, and they're going to beat your Green Bay Packers?
Think so. They've got something to prove. This is a Niner team with a chip on its shoulder from last year. They are like, I don't care who you are. We are going to try to tear you apart.
Yeah.
I didn't think that my Packers were going to start the season 1-2, but I think now they're going to start the season 1-2.
Yeah. So how the 49ers can win this game in my book is not play the two quarterback system. Yes, I know Trey Lance brings a different dynamic than Jimmy G, and Jimmy G does this and this, and Trey Lance does this and this. Scratch that. Leave Jimmy G in there. Let him gain the rhythm. Let him gain the confidence. Let him get the team behind him. Jimmy G and George Kittle are going to connect a lot this game. But however, Brandon Ayuk is going to go off against Kevin King. Tori, you know how pissed off Wyatt was when Kevin King got burned on the halftime play and you guys didn't draft a cornerback like in the draft. Brandon Ayuk is going to make Wyatt Williams freaking irate. Brandon Ayuk is going to expose Kevin King all game long, running slants routes. It's going to be Jimmy G to Brandon Ayuk. That's all you're going to hear. Jimmy G to Brandon Ayuk. Brandon G to Ayuk. That's how they win the game. Quick slants to Brandon Ayuk. Make that associated part of your running game. I don't care that they have the highest paid fullback in Jezebel or whatever the hell that guy's name is. Jerzik, yeah, it's Jezebel. But George Kittle probably won't be much of a factor. It's going to be a lot of Brandon Ayuk and then deep to Debo Sanders. That's how they're going to win this game.
How many catches does Brandon Ayuk have this year?
6, I do believe, wasn't it?
He has one.
He has one. That's
catch.
it. Okay, that's
one
fine.
catch.
Just like Brandon Lazard.
He has 6. He has 6 yards. One catch for 6 yards.
Oh, maybe that's what I saw.
I'm going to tell you, and I'll tell you my X factor when we get to it. Then.
Who is your X factor?
For which team?
Whatever one you want to bring up. Is it going to be Brandon Ayuk?
No, it's going to be Elijah Mitchell.
Okay.
So Elijah Mitchell right now has 36 attempts for 146 yards and 1 touchdown. The Packers have proven they can't stop the run.
Right.
It is going to be Elijah Mitchell show all day long. The last time they ran the ball like crazy on us was Mostert, and he ran for 200 yards and like 3 touchdowns, and we couldn't touch him. So I think it's going to be the Elijah Mitchell show for the Niners.
If Elijah Mitchell does play, I will give you that. He is listed as questionable. Yep. Trey Sherman is questioned as questionable as too. He's a rookie running back from Ohio State. I do believe had a big playoff game. That's when he kind of got his fame. But my X factor is going to be, like I just said, Brandon Ayuk. Yes, he only has 1 catch of the like on the season. What's like 6 targets? Maybe that's what.
No, it's 1 catch, 6 yards.
But there's no targets.
He received 0 targets in week 1.
Wow. So he must have been hurt because Brandon Ayuk was their number 1 receiver pick a couple years ago, wasn't he?
Brandon, I don't know where he is now.
Yeah, but I think he is going to have a big game. He is, everybody's bound to have a breakout game, and the X factor for me on the Green Bay Packers sides is going to be Davante Adams. I think Davante Adams has a big game.
How is that a breakout? Because he's the best receiver in the league.
Yeah, he is the best receiver in the league, but stats wise, 2020 you had him at number 6 or 7, right? The last time we
6,
yeah,
number
so,
6 receiver, which
but,
is still.
But I think he is the X factor in the game. Like he has to have a big game for everybody else to succeed.
See, I'm going across the field on him and taking MVS. MVS right now has 3 catches on 12 targets on the season. He needs to get it going in order for this offense to really start getting in rhythm. I mean, Lazard was the number 2 last year. Lazard got bumped down. MVS is at number 2. He needs to start playing like it.
Does one of your tight ends need to step up too, like Tunyon or
Who? Tunyon? You mean the tight end that led the league in touchdowns for tight ends last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not really stepping up. He's always going to be there.
Well, but like, has the touchdown yet this year? I don't think, has he?
Yeah, he did. He caught one last week.
Okay.
Jesus, Buck, you were at the game.
I was at the game, but I was a little.
I don't. What's that mean?
I was.
What's
drunk,
that mean?
Tori, I was drunk. I was fucked up.
That's blasphemy. That's a sin.
All right, guys. So we are going to take our quick little break. On the other side of the break, we are going to go to pick'emwars.com and pick our games for you guys. This is against the spread, so this is not for the wheel of death by any means, but it is.
Yes, it is.
Okay, it is. So I'm going to win because just win, baby, win. I maybe call me Al Davis, but we'll be right back, guys. Pick'emwars.com, link in the description. Click on it. Give us some love. Just sign up. It's free. It's free. That's all you got to do. Just sign up. Just sign up, baby. We'll be right back. Did not. And welcome back to the Man Hour, guys. Michael Buckeyes along with Tori Anderson tonight. It is that time of night where it is time to go to pick'emores.com and make our picks, Mr. Tori Anderson. So I know you're on your computer, so if you would be most kind, go to the description, go ahead and click on that link in the description, go to pick'emores.com, Tori. If you're not signed up already, which you should be, because I think you did, you got top 7 last week, right? Yeah, I can't remember. But as soon as my computer stops acting up on me, we will go over to Pick'emores. So I don't know what's wrong with this, like this 5th screen that I have on here, but it likes to blink on me. So shh. Nobody has to know. But guys, I am over I am over at pick'emores.com. I just signed up for free by clicking the link in the description. And now I'm going to scroll down and I see week 3 NFL picks there. There's 737 people that have joined with a $500 prize, and it starts September 26th at 1 p.m. So obviously we will not be picking the Thursday night game. These are strictly just Sunday games here. So I need to put in a username, and it's going to be Buck is my username, of course. So, Tori, if you are there, let's go ahead and click on and make some picks, big guy. So the first game that we have is Washington football team at Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are an 8.5-point favorite. Who are you taking? Yeah. Yeah. 8.5 points is a lot for like a spread. But the Buffalo Bills are pissed off. I mean, we saw 35 points against the Miami, a division foe. Give me the Buffalo Bills and the points at home on this one, Tori. Next up, we have the Chicago Bears traveling to Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are 7.5-point favorites, so they're minus 7.5. That means that they're giving up almost 8 points to start the game. But who do you got? Yeah, everything that you... Yeah, you are exactly right. Especially like on the road. Your first start on the road, that's even tougher, especially in the dog pound. So give me the Cleveland Browns and the points. The next game up, we had the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Detroit. +9, meaning that the Detroit Lions are the underdogs, and they're given 9 points. Who do you got winning this one, Tori? Really? You are right, but Ford Field is a tough place to play. I was there when the Kansas City Chiefs traveled to Ford Field a couple years ago, and the Kansas City Chiefs were a dominant team. I think they won the Super Bowl that year. They did win the Super Bowl that year. Give me the Detroit Lions and the points. However, I think the Ravens do win outright, and the Lions do start 0-3, so 10-7 is looking a little grim right now. So right now, the next up, we have the Indianapolis Colts traveling to Nashville. Nashville is a 5.5 favorite. However, we don't know if Carson Wentz is playing yet or not. So you guys do have until Sunday at 1 o'clock to make this pick. But right now, Tori, we are kind of stuck to make this pick. So who are you taking? Yeah. Yeah. See, that's the problem. However, I do like the Colts in this game. I'm picking the Colts to win this game and win outright. So give me the 5.5 points, like obviously, but I'm still going to take the Colts to win this game over the Tennessee Titans. For whatever reason, they play really well in Nashville, and Tennessee always plays really well in Indy. It's kind of opposite, but for whatever reason, it is what it is. Then the game that I'll be watching on Sunday, the Los Angeles Chargers traveled to Arrowhead to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are a 6.5 favorite, Tori. Who do you got? Yeah. See, I, if you were to tell me that and that ended it, I would totally believe you. But on the other side of the coin, it wouldn't surprise me if the Kansas City Chiefs pulled out 14 points in the last 3 minutes of the game too. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs and the points. I think the Chiefs win by 10 in this one. So these next couple games are some of the closest games of the afternoon. The Saints travel to the New England Patriots. The Patriots are 2.5 favorite, which is surprising to me. Yeah. And for whatever reason, Bill Belichick is always really good at home. So give me the Patriots with the 2.5 points taken away from there. And then the Atlanta Falcons travel the New York Giants, 2 0-2 teams. The Giants are favored by 2.5 points. Who are you taking? They have not.
You know, it's Atlanta. Everybody gets on track versus Atlanta.
Everybody for the last quarter that gets on track versus Atlanta, right? But however, I think exactly what you said. I think the Giants might be the best 0-2 team out there. So with that being said, I'm taking the Giants in this one, and you can give Atlanta the points. You can give them up to 6 points for all I care. I think the Giants win by 10 this week. Then we are in the NFC North or the AFC North black and blue division here. The Bengals travel to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a 4.5 favorite, but however, we don't know what Ben Roethlisberger's status is going into Sunday with that injured left pec. He doesn't know when he got it, but Tori, who are you taking?
As of right now, I'm just assuming Big Ben's going to play. I'm taking the Steelers minus the points. I'm not confident in that pick. You could go either way on this one, and I'd be like, okay, I literally flipped a coin.
Yeah, the AFC North is probably the best or the most highly contested division from top to bottom. I feel. Yes, the Bengals will probably go only 4 wins this season, but after watching them the first couple weeks, they got an overtime win versus the Vikings, and they lost to the Bears. I think Joe Burrows is starting to get his footing back. So I'm picking the Steelers to win this game, but I'm picking the Bengals to cover. So I'm basically picking the Pittsburgh Steelers to win by 4 points or less in this game. Arizona Cardinals travel to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. 7.5 plus 7.5 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Who do you got?
I mean, it could be minus 15 for the Cardinals, and I would still take it the way that offense is playing. That defense is going to eat up Trevor Lawrence at home. It's going to be Cardinals easy. I say the Cardinals by 17.
Really?
Yep.
This is my upset special of the week, Tori. I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars outright. Throw out all the points you want. The Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Arizona Cardinals this week. Traveling from West Coast to East Coast, it is tough. 70% of the time the team traveling from West to East loses that game. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars upset them big time. I mean, not big time, but it's a big time upset. So give me the Jacksonville Jaguars in this game. So Sunday afternoon games are starting to kick off now. The New York Jets travel to Mile High to take on the Denver Broncos. Broncos are favored by 11, Tori. 11. Wow.
Yeah, I actually took the Jets in this one. Give me those 11 points. That's a big spread in the NFL, and I don't care if you're terrible or not. That's still a big spread. So give me the Jets all day long, unless they think Zach Wilson's gonna, keep coming true to fruition on my prediction for him, and just maybe he'll be trashing out of the NFL after year one.
So this is a problem that I have with this game, is that they're giving us plus 11, not a plus 11.5 or plus 10.5. It is plus 11. Can I get a push? Can I get a push on this game?
Technically, you can. If they win by 11, it's a push.
But there is no option here on pick'emores.com. But give me the Jets. Just like we said, Tori, 11 is a lot of points, man. Like, I don't care who you are. Next up, we have Miami traveling to Vegas. Vegas Raiders are 3.5 favorite. Who do you got?
Without
Tua.
no Tua.
Without Tua.
With
Yep.
no Tua, with Jacoby in there, I'm not super confident. You have a Raiders offense that's hitting on all cylinders right now. Give me the Raiders -3.5.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you said. Give me the Raiders. Now, possibly some of the games of the week here. 3 biggest games left on the Sunday schedule. The Bucks taking on the Rams. The Rams are favorite here, 1.5. Who are you taking, Tori? Basically, who is going to win this game?
I took Tampa Bay. I'll be honest. Anytime I'm going to get Tampa Bay with Tom Brady and I'm getting points, I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
100% out of 100% of the time.
So basically, the only way that the Rams can win and the Bucks still cover if it's a 1-point game.
Absolutely.
I don't see a 1-point game. It's just, I mean, it's going to be
Do
7
you
or
not?
what?
Do you really not?
No, I do not see a 1-point game at all.
I do.
I'm picking the Rams to win this game, Tori. It is a 3-point game. 42-39 is the final.
I'm going to tell you you're wrong because anytime you can get points with Tom Brady, you need to take it.
I have faith in the Rams. The Rams out this is their first home game too, right? Of the season, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Seahawks traveling to Minnesota. Minnesota's a 1.5 underdog, plus 1.5.
Again, where are these lines coming from? Because like this, we're not even getting field goal advantages at home.
Yeah.
Like they have that little confidence in these teams.
Right.
So give me the Seahawks all day long. So we're still in the firt half of the season.
Yeah.
Seahawks should be able to clean up some of the issues that went wrong last week. A lot of stupid penalties to give away that game last week and allow them to come back and win. So give me the Seahawks in a revenge game here.
Many people are saying that the Vikings are a really, really good team. I still see an 0-2 team that let the Arizona Cardinals beat them, and they gave away a game to the Cincinnati Bengals as well. I think the Vikings are Atlanta Falcons 2.0. They give away the games in the fourth quarter. Give me the Seahawks. Now to the Sunday night game, Corey. Your Green Bay Packers travel to Levi Stadium, take on the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers are a 3.5 favorite. Who are you taking?
I did take Green Bay because I'm getting the points, and I do think that they'll play them a little bit better this time. I do think San Francisco wins this game, but I think it's by a field goal or less.
And you know what? I'm taking the Green Bay Packers as well because I think the Green Bay Packers beat them outright. I think that the Packers have learned from their last 4 slackens that they've had, and they're going to stop the running game. They're going to make them pass, and Jimmy G and we know Kyle Shanahan does not stick to what is working. He gets complacent and gets bored. So that's why I'm picking the Packers. So guys, that is it for our Pick 'em Wars spread spec here. If you guys are following along, you have to go ahead and I have read and accepted the Pick 'em Wars user agreement and click on submit entry. No charge, free of charge. You get a chance to win real money up to $500 if you get first place. Man, Tori, that was easy, wasn't it? It was free.
100%
It was easy. Man.
I like free, and I like. There's a lot of words there. I like free, and I like the word money.
Yeah. So, and then free money together, orgasmic in my mouth. Orgasmic
Right.
in my mouth. But Tori, we have reached the end of the week. Week is over. We're up against the time. We were going to read mean comments, but we don't got time for that.
We'll
So-
wait. We can wait. We can wait and do those Sunday night.
We can do this on a night. Send us out, big guy.
So, Man Hour Nation, first off, hit that like and subscribe button. I would like to see us get 20,000 likes on this video. I mean, we're at 5, so we're almost there. If you share it with like 3 people, we are there. So, actually, Man Hour Nation, it's been a pleasure. It's been a great week. Man Hour Nation, rise up.
Upbeat music to end show. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. You guys can also go to pick'emwars.com and pick up the UFC fights for Friday night, the college football games for Saturday, and of course the NFL games for on Sunday. A lot of money to be won there, guys, for free. Pick'emwars.com.